Okay, so here we have the EA Classics Electric Adventures special prototype case. So it's kind of shiny out here, but you can see the 3 games. So, and if you open it up, it has the certificate of authenticity. Yes, and now I'm able to pronounce it. I have cartridge number 2. ElectricAdventures himself, Tony himself, has cartridge number 1. Number 3 is for 65 gamer guys. So, and of course it comes with a manual. And it shows you how to set up your Colecovision, and it talks about the main menu and how that works. And then it talks about Meteor Swarm, and it talks about Birds of Orion, and it talks about Munch Mania, and it gives some credits. And the back it has. So, and then we have the cart in a special foamy bit. And here we have the small cart, and the cart actually says made in Germany, and it also has Tony's signature and the date. Cartridge number 2. The cool thing is that Meteor Swarm and Munch Mania originally came out on the MSX platform, and I've done some gameplay footage of it, but yeah, this is Meteor Swarm plus Birds of Orion for use with MSX. So Birds of Orion actually was a B-side, Meteor Swarm the A-side, the B-side. And this is one of these very special 15-minute computer cassette tapes. So, and this is the original Munch Mania. Whoops. I have to open this single-handedly. So, Munch Mania. This is a special G15 tape, which is a computer tape. So yeah, so these got ported to the Colecovision. So let's play some of that. So here we have EA Classics with the games Meteor Swarm, Birds of Orion and Munch Mania. So let's select Meteor Swarm, and Meteor Swarm is actually a asteroids clone, and yeah, let's press oh yeah, and this is originally it was created on the MSX in 1986, I believe, if I read it correctly, and on the ColecoVision it was created in 2013, and as you can see it has been ported rather well. You move the to thrust, you move the joystick forward, and to move, yeah. And I was going to explain how to move to transport your spaceship, to translocate it. You pull the stick backwards, and left and right is to rotate, and fire is to press to play fire. And everything is there. The spaceships, you know, that sometimes the UFOs that sometimes intervene. And of course the asteroids that you have to blast to bits. And I must say, I think this is pretty much the best game on the cart. So it's featured first, and yeah, let's see how I do. I haven't been practicing that much before recording this footage, and I still have to get the hang of the warp bit There, you can see that I actually warped. But it controls pretty good, and yeah, it really feels like a good game of asteroids. And let me see, hopefully be able to show you a bit more. There's no UFOs coming into view, but those are actually generated randomly. And yeah, now finally I'm battling for the last piece of rock to shoot down. Whoops! And as you can see, it's tough. But all the ElectricAdventure games are actually very tough. Let's move around indeed. And it's a game over. Okay, so let's choose Birds of Orion. This game was actually on the back of the Meteor Swarm tape on the MSX, and it's somewhat of an extra game. It has been greatly enhanced because there's extra background music, a track, and the star field that is actually scrolling very nicely. And of course, like any ElectricAdventures game, this is tough as nails. But it's a fun game. It's very tough, so it's very hard to... yeah. As you can see, the spaceship explodes on a regular basis. You actually have a shield that you activate by either pulling back or pushing forward. And that's one of the two, not both. Yep, look, there you have the shield. But you can't really move around if you have the shield. So there are some bonuses and pluses to that. So it's kind of like Galaga and kind of like Space Invaders, and it's a cool game. And yeah, as you can see, I'm not too good at it. And it's a game over for this game. So let's try it again, because, you know, I want to show you that I can get a high score. But actually, this is an excellent game for a high score challenge or something like that, because it's tough as nails, and it's hard to get a good score. Those aliens swooping down are pretty relentless, and I've noticed that it's best to stay in the middle of the screen actually. Whoops, and still, yeah, they really fire quite a bit. So it's, I mean, yeah. It's yeah, and they shoot. You can anticipate the alien attacks though, and with practice you do become more perfect. Yeah. Whoops. Well, I'm not the best. You know, I'm not the best player of this game, but at least it shows you how fun it is. Actually, there's multiple aliens that I'm not really showing here. Different colors, different sounds, and yeah, it was well, game over. I think it's a cool game. It's a cool extra edition. And let's go to Munch Mania, another one of my favorites, and I'm going to select level 1 to begin. So yeah, this looks like Pac-Man, and basically it is Pac-Man, but with a twist, because the ghosts have entirely different patterns, and the rest is the same. There's energy pellets that you can eat to make the ghosts run away from you and make them edible. There are 4 of them, and you can actually tell by the appearance of the ghosts whether or not they're edible or, you know, destroyable. Well, yeah, I'm here, and here I'm missing the extra fruit target that appears in the screen every once in a while. And And I must say that the earlier levels of this are actually a bit more tough than the later levels that are a bit speedier, at least for me. I mean, they're easy to play, but I like my Pac-Man a bit speedy, so I often choose one of the higher levels. The ghosts pretty much move around the maze doing their own thing. They have their patterns, but they don't home in on you like they do in Pac-Man. They behave differently, but they can of course kill you, and it's a different. I mean, I like it a lot. I like Pac-Man games, and just because the ghosts are moving in a very different fashion, that makes it fun and interesting. And in later levels, actually, the ghosts will become less dumb, I guess, because they really seem to be moving a lot faster, and they can home in on you. The thing is with Pac-Man, if you are around a corner, that you can actually sometimes escape the ghosts. But this, I mean, the moment one of the ghosts hit you, touches you, even if you're a bit around the corner, there's no escaping. You just die. And like there, you know, in real Pac-Man, you may have gotten away with it, but this is again tough as nails. If the ghost touches you, you know, you're dead. So let me see if I can just gobble them up. And yeah, I'm not sure. Oops, yeah, that's kind of stupid. Moving right in front of one of the ghosts that is exiting the ghost pen. I'm not sure what the perfect strategy is actually. If you just, you know, gobble up all the pallets and just eat the power pallets just to keep the ghosts away from you. Or should you go hunt after the ghosts the moment you eat a power pellet? I'm not sure, but I'm still trying to come up with the perfect strategy. And yeah, as you can see, this game allows you to play around without the game over logo appearing as quickly as in the other games. And what I find most amazing is the fact that one of my friends from YouTube has actually programmed this on the MSX, and I've been playing this on the MSX. Actually, I think there's videos of me playing this on the MSX, this game, and now it is running on the Colecovision. And while the Colecovision is very similar to the MSX1, it is quite a different beast. It has a lot less memory, so that poses a lot of problems. And then there's the way the screen is drawn. You really have to draw stuff onto the screen when the scan line on the cathode ray tube is at a certain position. If you don't, you get all sorts of drawing artifacts. So yeah, tweaking these games, reprogramming these games was quite a difficult task, actually. At least to me. I mean, I'm not very fluent in Z80 assembly, but Tony is. Just look at this game. It looks awesome, and it plays awesome. So I like it like this, you know. It's a bit faster, and you can't overthink your moves too much. I think that's what I find difficult with Pac-Man in the earlier levels. I tend to think a bit too much, I guess. So yeah, I just figure out too many, you know, possibilities and stuff, and then I choose the wrong option and I die anyway. So yeah, so basically my strategy here is just gobble up the pallets not go after the ghost necessarily if if you consume a pallet, because you still have to eat them all. There is a small bug in the game where sometimes one of the last pills remains. You've eaten them all, but one of the pills just remains visible in the maze. But that's rarely happens, and is not a big thing. Whoops, yeah. So with regular Pac-Man, you could perhaps have escaped, moving down. Perhaps you could not have. But it's tough, and I like it. So yeah, as you can see, I'm quite proficient at this. I've been testing out this game a bit more than the others. Yeah, I've beta tested this. I'm quite privileged. I feel quite privileged to have done that, and it's very fun just to be able to run a game on the Coleco. I've got this USB flash card that allows me to basically run any flash ROM or any ROM, a Colecovision ROM, homebrew, or a commercial game on the real hardware. So I mean, you could also test this out in an emulator, but the Colecovision emulators, Blue MSX for example, is a good emulator. It still doesn't do all the little things that are specific to the Colecovision, because it's quite an interesting little console that is very temperamental. And yeah, I'm quite a fan of this console, and I like the speed of at which the game is running right now. It's really one of these games that gets me in the zone. So yeah, pills have eaten. So the different ghost patterns, with the ghosts not necessarily homing in on you, but just doing their thing, and sometimes they go after you. Because of that being so different, it's actually quite different from playing a regular game over. Yeah, it's quite different from playing regular Pac-Man. It's just yeah. So these are the games, and I'm playing it again. I think, or not? Am I? Yeah. So I want to see if I am able to get a higher score, I guess. So I guess basically this this is just the end of the video, me showing off all these 3 games, and this is just an extra bonus bit, me continue to play. It's like this intimate after hours bit of the video. So what makes this game quite difficult sometimes is that the ghosts just seem to do a little dance on a spot, and they just keep going back and forth, and you really are not sure if they keep doing that or if they will come towards you. And if they do, you're toast most often. So if you like a game of Pac-Man and you think, well, I'm in need of something else, this really is a cool game, because well, the ghosts behave in erratic ways, and Yeah, you can't rely on your Pac-Man reflexes that much, so that's a cool thing. So the last ballot. Okay, so let's see if I can just avoid being eaten and use my lives for a higher score. So I used my Pioneer DVD-R recorder to record the RF signal of my Colecovision, so you may actually see some disturbances and some artifacts in the screen. Yeah, it basically is a very good way to record these old consoles that are only connectable through RF. Yeah, I may actually consider getting an RF modded, or is it a composite modded one? Not sure if they have them locally in the Netherlands, and I may actually have to resort to contacting some American creators of these wonderful consoles. I wonder if it's possible to refurbish or completely redo the power button as well, because you know that the power button on the Coleco, I mean, it uses two different voltages, and it uses two different circuits, power circuits. One circuit is for the graphics chip, and the other one is for the the main system. And often there's graphical glitches, or graphical glitches can occur with the ColecoVision power button not doing its proper thing. So getting a bit better at it. Oh look, yeah, here you have the around the corner bit that you actually die when the ghost touches you. So that's a bit different from the original Pac-Man. 2 lives left, and I'm not sure what I'm doing here. In original Pac-Man you would not be able to do this because they will home in on you, and here in this game they kind of zoom about, and sometimes they come towards you and sometimes they just decide not to. So it's different and I like it a lot. I really like this. So if I have to choose between Meteor Swarm and Munch Mania, I would find it very hard to pick. I think Meteor Swarm is more tough. I get game overs more quickly, and this somehow gives you a feeling of being able to play the game a bit more, I guess. Oops. Yeah, one of the ghosts moved up. And that is also not a very good thing to do. Right. Yeah, a very bold move. So with each level, the game turns up the speed and it becomes a bit faster, and yeah, there's less time to think about the reflexes. So I tend to do a bit better when the game is a bit faster, but let's gobble up those pills. So yeah, like I told you, I'm still not sure about what strategy, well, not that, at least. I'm dying here. So last level. Well, game over. I guess this completes my view at the card. So EA Classics, Meteor Swarm, Birds of Orion, Munch Mania, game over. So, where do you want to get this? You can actually get this at collectorvision.com/game -eaclassics.htm. Yeah, you can get it over here. You can have a Colecovision cartridge design. You can also have a European design, and these are the screenshots. So yeah, you can actually get them over here, and Collectorvision is actually a very nice website that offers a lot of stuff. They offer a lot of games, you know, released games, available games, how to order. You just have to send an email. They also support hardware. There's an arcade quality joystick and wafer card. Not sure what that is, but yeah, great stuff. And they actually are producing the retail version of the EA Classics. So yeah, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.